Good morning. This is Thursday, June 6th, and we're moving forward with our college algebra class. I wanted to just update you as we're coming up to another milestone, the on-track time to take test number 2. So we're going to take a look at the syllabus. I'm going to show you how to prepare for these tests 2 and 3, how to check your progress and everything. So we'll do it real briefly, I hope, because I got to get to class, right? So here we are. Here's the syllabus, and it highlights some of the dates we have. So test 1 should already have been taken. Again, if you haven't, you'll see a 0 in your grade book. That doesn't mean it's completely gone for you. Please do get yourself ready for it. Take it, and your full points will be there. There is no penalty for not having taken test 1 yet, but we need you to take test 1. It's sort of the baseline. Once you do well on that, remember it's 5% of your grade. It gives you experience with the tests. Then you're ready for test 2, which is going to count for a higher percentage of your grade, and you'll be well prepared. So by Friday, June 7th, I have here take test 2, which means that by today, hopefully you're finishing up through objective 9, so that you have a little bit of time to study for and prepare for the test. There is the last withdrawal date is this Sunday. However, I spoke in class that in this particular class, it's really not advantageous to withdraw because you've already paid your tuition. If you withdraw, it is unlikely, highly unlikely, maybe impossible that you will get any tuition money back. So it is better to go forward. The worst case you will get in this class, the worst grade you can get, and it's really not a bad grade at all, is a Z, which simply means it's in progress. It means you'll have to go on into the stretch course, which gives you a whole nother semester to finish the topics, take the tests. You will take a new knowledge check, and then you go forward from there. So don't worry about it. Stay in the course, finish it as these 6 weeks are, and wherever you're at, you'll either have a grade of ABC or you'll have a Z. Again, if you do finish the way the grading's set up, it is highly likely, it is most likely you will have in the B or A or B range. Okay, and if you don't finish, you have the Z. So that being said, we have this week 3. We're coming to the end. We should be on track for 2. However, notice that the testings are really set up and the objectives are set up to get done in 5 weeks. We do have a last 6 week, 4 days of it anyway. We finish on Thursday to study and finish things up. So you do have a little bit of leeway there. The objectives you want to have mastered, or not mastered, but at least learned, are 5 through 9. 5 through 9 gets you to 222 total topics. You should have them 95 to 100% is best. That's a good way. And as you go through, the test questions come directly from the homework questions that you're working on, the same question bank. So you have seen the test questions before. You just don't know which 12 they are. But study for them, and I'm going to show you there's a way to study from within Canvas to go over these. And then again, there'll be the test 3 will come up later on, and you'll see these. Okay, so let's see. Is this it? This is it. This is in Canvas. Where you can go is go to the announcements. I think I also put the links in the test prep, but I'm just going to go here because here's this announcement preparing for exams. You should have received that into your email. If you didn't, you might want to check your email and your Canvas link so that you're getting the announcements I send out. Well, I guess you got this, right? So hopefully you're watching this, but this is the same way. This has gotten sent out as an announcement. So for test 2, there's a link here. You can click on that, go into the test review. There's a video, several videos, I think 6 maybe, and they go over various questions. I think about 30 of them. So it will help you prepare for what's going to be on the test. They were done by the ASU Tutoring Centers, Student Success Center is what they're officially called. So, and then for test 3, there's a link here. You could do the same. There's a little sign up. I did the same. They just ask for information, I think, to see who's using it. Go ahead and go in. So next time you go in, I'm not sure if you have to sign in again, but just go ahead. It's really just tracking how much usefulness it gets, how many people actually go there and use it. But that's really the best ways to prepare for tests 2 and 3. The way to check to see how you're doing, whether you're ready or not, let's see if I can get through all of this. Student mode is, and this is just a test student I've got in here, is there's kind of 2 ways to check. You can go into review or to learn. I think learn shows the percentages, so I'm going to go to learn first. When it loads up, I'm going to click on this little drop down arrow, and then it's going to load a little bit more. I'm going to click up here, and the ones I've completed, it shows percentages. So I've got 95% of rules 1, number 1, rules for exponents completed, and you can check your percentages. If you haven't got them completed, it tells you how many topics are there and how many more you have to go, and so forth. So for test 1, you want to have 1 through 4 completed. For test 2, you need to have 5 through 9 completed, because that's what the tests will be on. So it's better to push through, at least get through and get these looked at, taken, and get them to 100% if you can. 95 is okay. You see some of them can be at 90%, but get through them, and then you'll be ready for the test, because the test comes right out of here. So test 2 is 5 through 9. They let you know in advance how many topics, so what you start seeing is as we go forward, there are fewer topics in some of these other objectives. Remember, the objectives are like a chapter. So that as you get to 11, there's 10, 16, 28. 12 and 13 typically be a place where some people slow down a little bit, but that's what we have the class for. We get you through those 1 or 2, 3, whatever it is, those topics that hold you back a little bit. But look, at 15 is only 7 topics. So it's not a linear progression here. It's some are a little bit easier to get through than others. So keep going through, keep pushing, keep going through. And remember, in 6 weeks you're getting done. Of course, that takes most people 16 weeks to get through. Focus and put in the effort, and you can successfully learn college algebra, which is going to be the basis for the next class you're going to take, which business majors typically will be brief calculus, I think 210. The others of you who are going into maybe a more science-based curriculum will look at doing pre-calculus, which is 170. The good news for you taking 170 is that half the course is college algebra, again, with a different system and a little bit more depth. So you will learn something, but you'll be well prepared for that first half of the class. The second half is trigonometry. And I'll put together a little course that can help you. If you've never had trigonometry before, I'll have a brief little tutorial that you can go through. Just let me know that you want it, and I can send you a link to that free resource that I have available. Okay, so that's what I need you to do today. I probably spent more time, as you know, I get talking and I talk. So make sure you're on track. Keep doing well. Ask me questions. I'm there in class starting at 7:30 with office hours, and then for until 8:30, 8:35 when class starts, and then I'm there for you to answer questions. We can sit down. Several of you have taken advantage of that. We'll sit down. We'll work through things together so that you build that understanding. Some of the explanations in the ALEC system are different than how I would explain it. Let me just put it that way. And when you have to read through an explanation, sometimes they're harder to understand the written word when you're dealing with an abstract concept. Sometimes a conversation is the best way to understand it, because I can listen to what you're saying and what you're understanding, and I can provide an alternate means that the written word just can't do. It's written down there. Even a video, while helpful, it's static. It's not interactive with your thoughts. That's why I'm there. Please, please take advantage of it. Not really advantage, but use it. It's a lot more interesting for me to be in class when I get to interact with you. I try to respect your space because I know several of you, many of you, are making great progress on your own, and I don't want to impinge upon that in any way. I want you to keep making that progress. But any kind of frustrations you're facing because you're stuck on something, let me help. Let's get through it quicker and deeper, because you'll see maybe a new way of understanding. Because there's always two ways to do things, the hard way and the easy way. Sometimes there's something in between, but there's at least those two ways. And let's look for the easier way, because oftentimes the easier way also gains greater understanding. So I'll see you all in a little bit here as I pack up and head into campus. Take care. Bye-bye.